IVC, Dale, Gatefall 33, back again, second video today. This is a recent spins video. I'm going to just show 10 of the records that I played during May, and just say a little bit about them. So in no particular order, first up is Exile Main Street, Rolling Stones, so 1972 double album. This is the Abbey Road half speed remastered edition I got from a boot fair a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, sounds good, great album. Don't need to say much more about that. You know, recorded while they were kind of exiled in France for tax reasons. I'll try and say why I played these records. I'm constantly coming up with novel ways of sort of picking records from my collection so that I don't get stuck in a rut. So, and one of the ways I think I've already said is I kind of got calendar triggers on my phone where I've put a load of dates in, and this popped up. So when was it? 12th of May. So 12th of May 72 this was released. So every year on the 12th of May it pops up to tell me that this is released, and I got a choice about whether I played it, but I haven't played it for ages, so I gave it a spin. Enjoyable. Similar with this next one is Sound Carriers, and this is their first album, Harmonium. I've previously shown Sound Carriers Celeste. I've got it on CD, not got it on vinyl, unfortunately. It's very elusive. But this I have got. This is an original in lovely condition on vinyl. Cost me a bit, but great album, double album again. So Neo Psych this is, and I've heard the Sound Carriers are releasing a new album this year, so hopefully that will happen. Again, and so I think this is another anniversary. So this was released, where are we? 25th of May 2009. So I thought when that popped up, yeah, I'll give it a spin. So Sound Carriers. This was next up. This is My Morning Jacket, and this is a beautiful album. Z, I'll call it. I guess in its native tongue it's Z, yeah, and so this popped up because it was Jim James's birthday, end of April, 27th of April, but I pulled it out to put in the listening pile and I didn't get around to playing it until May. But this is a kind of fantastic indie Americana, I suppose. My Morning Jacket are. Jim James has got a beautiful voice, and they do mellow tracks and they rock out. And they do long, drawn-out, sort of almost, I suppose, psychedelic tracks. Yeah, I've got quite a lot of My Morning Jacket, but not so much from vinyl. But yeah, this is a great album and great artwork. Okay, so next up is a garage dig. So this is one of my boot sale albums that's been purged previously that I've listened to and given it, I pulled it back into the collection. So some people might be surprised, well, how would you purge this? But yeah, at some points my collection just about fits in the spare bedroom. I'm getting close to, I've been as inventive as I can for space, but I'm getting close to a kind of one in, one out situation. So and I've had various purges, and you're down to I'm almost down to, I don't want to get rid of anything, so I'm going to have to do some negotiation with my wife at some point about how we resolve that. Take of that what you will, shall we say. So the reason this got purged, though, partly is I do have the 12-inch singles of Someone Somewhere in Summertime and Promise You a Miracle. I've got the 12-inch singles for those. So yeah, the album it flowed quite well. So again, back into the collection for now. This is one I bought it at a charity shop last year, and so this is a Deep Purple Anthology. I bought the CD of this when it came out in the early 90s. Was it 91? I bought the CD of this. But I was in a charity shop and they had this, looked in really nice condition. Tiny little bit of sleeve wear, but the vinyl looked nice. It was a fiver, which was a good price. So I thought, well, I can always flip it, and I was going to flip it, but it says digitally remastered, which didn't exactly thrill me with joy. But it sounds alright, and it's a triple album. Each album's 50 minutes, 150 minutes of Deep Purple. So I've played it as kind of 3 separate albums, and I think I've spun 2 of them so far. Kind of a week or 2 apart. But it starts chronologically, so it runs through the different sort of lineups of Deep Purple. The first one has got kind of Hush, Mandrake Roots, so it's got kind of early stuff through to sort of Speed King, Child in Time, Black Knight, so that's kind of early stuff, and then we've got sort of going through the Blackmore to Coverdale, Gillan to Coverdale, sort of ends with one Coverdale, and then the third one I think is more the David Coverdale era. But so I think I've Chris at Vinyl Orchard has kind of shown a lot of Deep Purple, and I've always liked Deep Purple. I said in my previous video that I recorded earlier today that Deep Purple was the first kind of proper album I bought, 24 Karat Purple, and I forgot. I kind of not listened to Deep Purple for a while, and realised I like that kind of combination of the Hammond and the guitar and the kind of driving rock sound. So I've enjoyed this. Okay, this is a rescue. Excuse me, I'll just shut that door. The door was ajar and it was banging in the breeze. So this is a rescue. This is a Discogs rescue. So I've got a load of records in the garage that are kind of purged but aren't worth selling on Discogs. And then I've got a load of sort of records in boxes that are on Discogs. I took them all off. I unlisted my my catalogue at the beginning of March when the COVID started, and I've just put them up last week actually. But this was one that had been purged, and this was actually my parents that I didn't kind of know they had as a kid. So this is a sort of double album. It's all doubles and triple albums so far, near enough. So this is a live album, Joni Mitchell, Miles of Isles, and there's the lineup with the LA Express. This has been in and out of the box over a few years, and each time I see, I don't know, it does not, obviously not sold, luckily, I'm not a massive fan of double albums, although I seem to have a few here. I'm not a massive fan of double albums, not a massive fan of live albums, so a live double needs to really kind of be fantastic to stay in the collection. But it's just kind of like verging on, and so I've listened to it again the other day, and I went through my Discogs box and pulled out things that could be potential candidates for getting a reprieve, and this was one. I listened to it and I thought, it's pretty good actually. So it's back in for now again. And this is another one that's been in and out. I think I've had several copies of these. Sold them, keep buying them. Sold them, keep buying them. So Levelers, Leveling the Land. But yeah, this is very good. Celtic punk. I don't really want to say that, but it's I guess it's Celtic music with attitude. Indie Celt. That's probably not a genre at all. But really good. I've had both their first 2 albums in the past, and as I said, they stay and they go and they stay and they go. And at the moment, this one was going into the Discogs pile, but now it's back in the collection. So the Levelers, Leveling the Land was a good listen. We're back to a calendar trigger now. So 13th of May was Alison Goldfrapp's birthday, so I obviously thought I'd pull up one of my Goldfrapp albums, and yeah, pulled out Felt Mountain, fantastic trip hop, down tempo, alternative album. Yeah, really nice listen, and actually prompted me, which will come up at some point in the future in my vinyl finds videos, to buy the sort of latest reissue of Black Cherry. I realised I only had that on a digital copy. I didn't have it on any physical format, so I bought the vinyl reissue of Black Cherry as well. Yeah, so I've got that to listen to at some point in the future. So next one, penultimate, is this. So this was kind of inspired by my video that I did on showcasing Island Records, and I kind of showed that this, even Bob Dylan had one record released on Island Records, and kept it back and give it a listen because I hadn't listened to it for ages. Enjoyable early 70s Bob Dylan, moving from kind of that country style that he probably had at the turn of 70s, into more the sort of style that developed, I think, in Blood on the Tracks. So sort of not a transitional album, but by any means, but really enjoyable listen. Again, so that was Planet Waves, Bob Dylan, and then finally a rescue from the garage, from the car boot sale, inspired by Rachel. I think Rachel showed ABC's Lexicon of Love, and I knew that I had a decent copy that I'd purged, and thought, okay, I'll give it a spin, and it's better than the kind of the big singles off of it. It's actually a really good sort of new wavy album. So the two big sort of singles, Poison Arrow and The Look of Love, but there's more to it than that, and so it's back in the collection. So that's me, 10 spins in May. Thanks, bye.